Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Destiny 2. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and salutations. Today, bake them all and let God sort them out. Let's get to it. So the Dawning has made a return trip to Destiny 2, and what that means is that we are going to have snow in the tower, snowballs in the tower, and Eva Levante is going to give us, or let us borrow, her Easy Bake Oven. So we'll be baking treats for the vendors. Now, the important thing here, of course, is how do we make the treats? What do we need? First of all, you're going to need the Essence of Dawning, which you'll be able to get from any activity. So whether it is a patrol, a public event, anything off the playlist, Nightfall, etc., those will all give varying levels of Essence of Dawning. By the end of the 4 weeks of the Dawning Festival, you'll probably have quite a bit of Essence of Dawning. In the beginning, it may be or feel like a scarce resource. In addition to that, you will need various ingredients in order to make the different types of cookies. As far as we know, there's 15 different types of cookies, 16 if you include the burnt edge transits, which is when you put in the wrong recipe, and then you can turn those in and get a little bit of Essence of Dawning back. All right. So there is chitin powder, Cabal Oil, Vex milk, ether cane, dark ether cane, perfect taste, sharp flavor, null taste, electric flavor, bullet spray, perfect taste. I believe I said that twice. Impossible heat, flash of inspiration, personal touch, and null taste, and delicious explosion. All right, so how do we get all of those things? Some of them come from different types of enemies, and then others you have to be using certain things or different sub-skills or subclasses in order to get them. So the chitin powder, of course, drops from hive enemies, and all of these will drop randomly, so there is an RNG factor, so even though you're killing hive, you may not get chitin powder off of each enemy. All right, Cabal Oil, of course, is Cabal. Vex Milk, of course, comes from Vex. Ether Cane comes from Fallen. And the Dark Ether Cane comes from Scorn. And the Taken Butter, of course, comes from Taken Enemies. That is pretty easy to figure out. Now, Sharp Flavor comes from Sword Kills. Null Taste comes from Void Kills. Electric Flavor comes from Arc kills. Bullet spray comes from submachine guns, light machine guns, or auto rifle kills. Perfect taste comes from precision kills. Impossible heat comes from solar kills. Flash of inspiration comes from orbs generated, so either supers or masterworked weapons. You're going to want to use those in order to get that flash of inspiration. And those are probably one of the most difficult ones to get because unless you're using masterworked weapons, you just don't make orbs that often. Personal touch is from melee kills, and delicious explosion comes from grenade or rocket kills. All right, so what are the different combinations that we can make in order to make these treats, and who do we give them to? All right, so first of all, we have the burnt edge transits, which is any wrong combination, and you give those to Master Raoul, and like I said, he gives you a little bit of essence back, but that's it. Then you have the strange coins, which will need taken butter and electric flavor. And all these recipes require the essence, but I assume that you'll figure that out because there's a slot that you have to put essence in for each single one. Now, after you do each recipe successfully, you don't have to remember it. It'll be in that slot, and you can just say, hey, I just want more of these. All right, so we have the strange cookies, which go to Xur. And of course, Xur only shows up Friday at reset until the weekly reset at Tuesday. We have the chocolate ship cookies, which go to Amanda Holiday, and those need Cabal Oil and Null Taste. Telemetry tapioca goes to Banshee, and that requires Vex Milk and Bullet Spray. Traveler donut holes go to Ikora Ray, and those need Cabal Oil and Flash of Inspiration. Alkane Dredgy cookies, which of course go to Sloan, require chitin powder and bullet spray. Vanilla blades go to Shax, and those require Cabal Oil and sharp flavor. Elixni birdseed, of course, goes to Hawthorne, and that needs ether cane and personal touch. Galler doodles go to Zavala, and those need ether cane and Delicious Explosion. Candy, Dead Ghosts, of course, go to Spider, and those need Dark Ether Cane and Flash of Inspiration. Radiolarian Pudding goes to Asher Mirror on Io, and that needs Vex Milk and Electric Flavor. Javelin Mooncake, those go, of course, to Mars, and you need Chitin Powder and Sharp Flavor. Dark Chocolate Motes go to the Drifter and require Taken Butter and Null Taste. Infinite Forest Cake goes to Nessus, and of course you need Vex Milk and Impossible Heat. Gentleman's Shortbread, of course, goes to Devrim in the EDZ, and that requires Ether Cane and Perfect Taste. Ill Fortune Cookies, of course, go to Petra in the Dreaming City, and those require Dark Ether Cane and Impossible Heat. Now, of course, you'll need certain weapons, as I've said, and certain subclasses, and masterworked, or lots and lots of supers in order to get them. And of course, go to the various areas that have the different enemies that you will need in order to get the chitin powder, taken butter, etc. Some of the zones, like EDZ, have 3 different factions, so you can get parts from the Cabal Oil, the taken butter, and then of course the ether cane from the Fallen. If you go to the Dreaming City, you can get either chitin powder or taken butter or the dark ether cane, depending on which curse week it is. So just going to different areas and going to different planets that you know have certain factions, you'll be able to get those at least faction parts very easily. And then of course using the right weapons and using the right elements for the weapons, as well as precision kills, etc., will help you out get those pieces. And before you know it, you will have more cookies than you know what to do with, or more ingredients than you know what to do with, which means you're going to make more cookies than you know what to do with, and you just keep turning those in, and you get little prizes for turning each one in. And it can add up, because turning those in, you have a chance of getting enhancement cores, and of course we know how valuable those are. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.